Hi, my name's Scott Vaughn. People call me Doc, and this is my Rumpus Room, or man cave, play area, screening room, my movie theater, my private movie theater, my arcade.
Yay.
General sitting area, gaming, mostly. Rumpus Room. It's an old house, so we call it Rumpus Room. We mean the royal we. That'd be me. Okay, so leading from my kitchen is the stairs, leading down to the Rumpus Room. But it's not just enough to see it in the daylight. So I live in a 1960s kind of split level mid-century modern house. And so as soon as I found the place, I knew that the downstairs would be my art studio, because it's so much nicer and cooler down here. So this is the art studio, as you can see. Where several of us will meet at times during the month, or at least when it's not a lockdown. And downstairs has also a utility room and so on, and one bathroom, which came with the original sink and has been turned into a pirate-themed bathroom. To this day, I still have a lot of collectibles that I either grew up with or have found over the years. All down here, that's books on TV and movies to go with the screening room area here. Being a 1960s house, it came with its own wet bar, so I've kind of improved on that just a little bit. But perhaps more importantly, I mean, we're here for the toys, right? So yes, I have 20 years worth of collection in DVDs and Blu-ray, as well as, you know, probably pushing 40 years worth of toys. So let's get at it, shall we? Now, the movie posters are a combination of vintage and so on. That Empire Strikes Back poster is the summer re-release poster. I've got that from the Lucasfilm fan club when I was a little kid. It's an original Ray Harryhausen, Sinbad, and the Eye of the Tiger half sheet. I'm a huge Godzilla fan, if you couldn't tell. The Black Cat poster is a reprint, but it's one of my favorite 1930s pre-code horror movies. The British half sheet for Pulp Fiction, which I got it partly because it mentioned Reservoir Dogs and True Romance. I might have mentioned being a Godzilla fan. You might have noticed a slight propensity towards him as T3K in Doctor Who. I don't know. You tell me. Also a bit of a Disney fan, but you'd never notice. Star Trek Wrath of Khan poster. Not sure how original it is, but I love it. The Mask of Zorro poster was an officially licensed Kickstarter campaign. Most of my stereo equipment is still my originals from like the 80s and 90s, because it plays better. I'm a bit of an AV geek in terms of old school, but I do love the quality of Blu-ray as well, so go fig. Yes, that's my original Darth Vader keep case for action figures. Yes, there's action figures inside. Everybody should have a Highlander sword. A Highlander katana, I should say. Everybody should have a Velvet Elvis. Mine was a gift for my wedding from one of the owners of Zia Records here in Phoenix, Arizona. Strangely enough, the ex-wife left it behind when she left. I don't know. Guess not everybody needs a Velvet Elvis as bad as I do. My original Star Wars toys, including Red 5 and Slave 1. The arcade machines are original arcade 1-ups. I had to have the Star Wars game, and I guess I couldn't stop at one, so I also got Space Invaders. But they were all out of the risers, so I built my own riser for it, which is a couple inches too tall, but it still works. The lamp came with the house. It was literally in the garage. Most of the framed pictures on the walls, especially of actors and so on, are signed. I've been to a lot of science fiction and movie and Doctor Who and Star Trek conventions over the years. So I've got signed pictures of Tom Baker and Meatloaf, David Tennant, met Patrick Troughton when I was a little kid, and Colin Baker, Paul McGann. Huge fan of the original King Kong movie. Huge fan of Conan. The movie seats were from the Orpheum Theater in Flagstaff. The Velvet Rope from the Orpheum Theater here in Phoenix, Arizona, which is our first and I believe only kind of movie palace from the early 20th century. The cast of an early 90s Western that was shot at Old Tucson Studios included Josh Brolin, and I've got a lot of their signatures, including his here. George Takei and I. Some of my art from over the years, I keep it here when I'm not showing it at some gallery or anything like that, which is a pretty big rarity anyway. The couch needs to be replaced at some point, but in the meantime it's got a nice cover and an original Doctor Who blanket, MST3K cushions, Star Wars, Doctor Who cushions. Yeah, it's pretty geektastic down here, I admit it. So yeah, that's the Rumpus Room, or whatever I'm calling it. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks a lot for stopping by. Yay. But it's not just enough to see it in the daylight, is it? Take two.